Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Md Ferdous Rahman, a student of Bachelor in Architecture in Shahjalar University of Science and Technology, Sylhet, Bangladesh. And this is our research paper where we have two more authors. They are architect Kaushik Shah and Sneha Maliathok. Our research topic was Image of a Sacred City, portraying sacred values of historical urban landscape of Sylhet City, Bangladesh. So, in the beginning, we tried to highlight the introduction part of Sylhet city. Actually, Sylhet is a unique city of Bangladesh because of its topography and morphology. Also, the impact of those mausoleums. Why we have chosen those mausoleums as our sacred site? Because there is a myth that 360 Islamic scholars have visited the Sylhet city to spread Islam all over the Sylhet city, and the impact was huge. That all the people of Bangladesh has created or has uh, put at their worship to those mausoleums, and they often visit Sylhet and often travel Sylhet for praying their worship or to paying their respect to those mausoleums. So that's why we have chosen those sites, and we tried to find out the impact of those mausoleums in the local community or in the regional level. So in the research aim, we have tried to find out the activity pattern and type of those mausoleums, and we tried to find out the value of those spots, and we have highlighted some specific variables in which we have worked on, like culture, economy, tourism, etc. And we have tried to know the maintenance and visitor purpose of those visitors who visit Sylhet regularly for those worship value or worship reason. And we have to try understand each mausoleum's impact rate and type on the city, and we have tried to create an image of the mausoleum architecture of Sylhet city. So in the method, we have tried to follow this chart or these steps, and we have titled it as the mapping approach methodology, where we have tried to identify the proper location, established year and activity pattern of those mausoleums area, and we have collected some data, like we have taken so much images, and we have done an observatory survey through some drawings or through some diagrams, and we have done some initial zoning data as well to identify the impact zone or the ratio of those zone in those area. Then we have documented those location, and we have created some digital resource mapping, like we have generated the zoning map. We have created the zoning map and the comparison of identical values, and then comparison of findings, in which we have created some comparison chart and mapping, and there we have find out the conclusion of the whole research process. In the method, we try to follow some specific steps, and those are very clear, like proven identification, data collection, documentation of location, and discussing the research process and conclusion. And we try to end with a conclusion which have helped us to find out the result as well. So these are the so according to the methodology, we have done the survey, and we have find out some observatory variables, and from those variables we have created impact analysis matrix. Those variables are historical value, cultural oath, community relevance, religious importance, natural impact, economic oath, tourism standpoint. And this is the impact analysis matrix, where we have studied some specific mausoleum which are known and which are established for their variable impacts. Like we have find out some specific study case already, which we have shown in the previous slides, like economy, tourism, history, culture, social, community, religious nature, and we have tried to value them from very low to very good, and from this we have created this matrix where we have find out the most impactful study case or the least impactful study case. From this study and the matrix, we have find out 5 specific points which were very much important and very much impactful in the Sylhet city. Moreover, on the community that we have studied, like economic significance, some mausoleums are very much impactful for their economic value. Like there are so many shops and so many religious practices where money is connected. So the local people are very much economically benefited from those mausoleums. Secondly, tourism significant. When we have surveyed Hazrat Shahjalal Rahmatullah Mausoleum and Hazrat Shahparan Mausoleum, we have seen that those sites are very much popular to the tourists because many of the people from all over the country visit these places for their worship or for some tourism value. Even a tourist always visit those places because of the impact of those mausoleum in the local area and for the popularity of those mausoleums as well. And some mausoleums are very much impactful for their historical value. Like we have find out some specific site where the site was very much impacted through the name or through the practices of those Islamic scholars. Religious activities, yes, some Muslims are very much popular for their surrounding structure. Like there is Islamic school and mosque for the religious activities, and those Muslims are surrounded from those religious functions. And yes, there is also a huge natural influence. For example, when we visited Chashni Pir Mausoleum, there was a huge impact of natural landscape. Like there was a tea garden and there was some heavy densely forest situated to those mausoleum, and those forests were named by the name of those mausoleums. So from this diagrams and matrix, we have created some initial zoning data where we have tried to highlight the vast zoning of the area where you can see the impact. In Shahjalal Rahmatullah Mausoleum, you can see the yellow colored area is the which have covered the most area, and that is the tourism facility. So there is a huge impact of tourism. And in the Chashni Pir Mausoleum, you can see the impact of nature. In Jungle Cha Mongol Cha, you can see the impact of nature as well and the urban growth. And Hazrat Kazi Jalaluddin Mausoleum and Kazi Gaila Shah Mausoleum, where that was very much situated in the urban dense area. In Nasiruddin Sipasha Shala, you can see the impact of cemetery, the religious impact, and as well as in Gazi Kalu's Mausoleum, you can see the impact on the nature. And in Shahparan Museum, you can get an idea of the surrounding. Like there is natural landscape as well, there is tourism facilities, there is common plaza, cemetery as well. It is a compact package where you can find out the actual impact of mausoleum in Sylhet city. So in the discussion part, we have find out those variables, and we have tried to discuss how can those variables can improve the quality or can impact on the community or in the society. So if we want to give you some example, like in economic consideration, potential of attract tourists from far and wide. Actually, tourism is a great tourism has a great impact on those mausoleum area. It increases the economic value as well as the tourist value for the site. In the historic importance, those mausoleums are very much connected to the history of Sylhet. If you study those the life of those Islamic scholars, you can get an idea about the Sylhet city, its past, and its practices that happened in its previous history. Religious activities, yes, for the worship or for the regular prayer, those mausoleums are very much popular and very much significant. For tourism standpoint, I already have talked about that. And natural impact, yes, those mausoleums has a very big natural impact on Sylhet city's urban natural landscape as well as on urban landscape too. So from all the study and all the discussion that we have done, there is a conclusion that we have tried to understand that the mausoleums continue to be cherished and respected by the people of Sylhet, helping to establish the city as a sacred destination. Like people from all over the country, even from outside of the country, visit the Sylhet for its sacred value, for the worship, and for the respect to those Islamic scholars as well. So from this, we can say that these mausoleums or those structures have a huge impact on the sacredscape of Sylhet city. Thank you, everyone. This is the end of our presentation. If you guys have any question, you can ask. So thank you.